I still there? Or am I back, I guess? Was it automatic? Did I technically never leave? Okay. So we'll make sure that we hit play here. Okay, whatever. I usually have my phone as my monitor, so just make sure I can actually do stuff. Or make it look like I'm actually doing stuff. Okay, so yeah, obit. Survivors include his nephew Terrence Greenbrier, so that's, we know, Dad Terry, as well as in spirit the people of Boone County to whom he provided wellness and comfort. Okay. Grab photo. Have here a photo of a young girl in a military-style outfit named DeSoto. Not part of the family. Alright. I need to figure out what is going on there. Okay, cool. My friend's overlay from Steam was still up. Not that you could see it, but, you know. It was still there and it was weird. Alright, don't have anything in here. Apparently don't have anything in here either. Cool. Alright, massive study. Crestwell Insurance Agency, Inc. Electrical inspection form. The wiring in the house is technically all up to safety and amperage requirements. However, multiple layers of wiring have been added to the structure over the last 100 years. The system is frequently unpredictable. Lights blink out for no clear reason. Pressure on floorboards and door frames disrupts circuits wired directly behind the surface. Properly reworking the electrical system would be highly destructive to the walls, floor, and fixtures of the structure. After discussion with Mr. Greenbrier, since there are no current safety concerns, these issues will not be addressed. This is September 1994. Benjamin Allman, The Killing of JFK, A Theory. You've seen the movie. Discover the truth. Superb work of speculation, plotted with amazing skill and showing a level of magnetic artistry not usually present in such academic pieces. N. Trammell. A thrilling theory. I couldn't put this book down. S. O'Reilly. An important new look at the circumstances surrounding one of the greatest tragedies of our time. Ooh. Okay, that works. Okay, nothing really worth looking at there. This gets a little weird just because when you're actually touching something or like really close to it, then it goes really super slow. And the second you come off of it, you go super fast comparatively. Nothing there. Pioneer CLD D703 combination laserdisc compact disc player, MSRP $1,000. Woo! CU CLD 098 remote with black lights, double-sided play, blah, 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 blah. They say that a jack of all trades is a master of none. I have to disagree. Mastery is not a question of speculation, but sureness of purpose and dedication to craft. If you happen to be in the market for a combination LD-CD player, you'll be glad to know that Pioneer seems to share this particular. So it looks like Dad is starting to get you, or is starting to write advertisements. You can do better. Back to basics. Sent back in time to Dallas 1963 again? What if JFK wasn't JFK? Early space flight, Utopia. Advanced technology, and World War II early. Time stream too different? JFK president, US plus USSR. Coalition? Chinese, Japanese, Lebanese. Paradox results in JFK death being desired outcome? Record JFK off of HBO. Magic Bullet Theory, Lone Gunman, X-Files. Check with Sam. Grassy Knoll steamrolled. Intercept LHO in USSR. LHO killed the Marines. Why not disrupt the motorcade minutes before Lee Harvey Oswald can fire? A state of emergency in Dallas cancels the motorcade. JFK poisoned? No. Kidnapped? No. Injured? No. Oh, smoking gun. Oh, the smoking man in... I don't think I'm familiar with the smoking man in terms of the JFK assassination. John Russell opened his eyes and saw them, the stars, twinkling as if they were lying on the grass in his family's yard in Massachusetts, even though that place was a million miles away. No, he blinked the sleep from his eyes, looking through the carbon-reinforced safety glass of the space station Archimedes. Yes, he was a long way from home, but the future needed him. John Russell's head swam. He felt incredibly drunk despite not having touched a drop in hours. He vomited onto his feet, his bare feet. He stared for a moment, processing his sick, feckled toenails, scanning up his bare shins, bare knees. He was completely naked. He looked up and met the eyes of a gorgeous blonde woman wearing a tight polymer fiber tunic. The fabric that strained at the seams to contain her generous bosom was emblazoned with the phrase, "Matter Transference Operator." Then he passed out. John Russell had crossed the gap. The gap in time. Only messages were passed before, but now am man. They needed him, now more than ever. Changing the past was no longer good enough. The instructions from the council had been clear. What to procure, what to construct it from, how to assemble it so he made the machine, how to transport him bodily across time. That's why I was confused. It's just wrong. And now he stood there on the bridge of the starship Archimedes, command of the vessel, because only he who had saved the President's life twice before could helm the Neva crew to their destiny, the fate of the galaxy. That's, what was that? Stream of consciousness. We're trying to do like a fast write. Alright, let's see. Episode of X-Files, which shows how he got where he is in the FBI. The higher-ups hired him to shoot JFK in the flashbacks. Interesting. Right, we do not have a 4 number combination, so we're just going to have to come back later. Soft face. Oops. Fresh. True stories. I was a teenage drag queen. Readers tell us about their worst moments. 90210. Does anyone still care? The male gaze. How to subvert it. Sarah Holst. Not gathering moss. Right. It's a ginkgo leaf. Dad's second book, The Accidental Pariah, Terence L. Greenbrier. Apparently it did not do terribly well because there is a whole box. Gosh, Dad. Gentleman, magazine for men. February 1989. Japan's bloody war on dolphins. Moscow by night. Drugs, prostitution, and the mafia. New rules of love. Ladies in the ring. Women of wrestling. I'm glad I did the text overlay, because need to do more research. Oh, it was his research. Oh, there we go. 0451. Dear Terence, David asked me to write you regarding the reviews you've been submitting the last few months. Frankly, they're becoming more trouble than they're worth from an editing standpoint. There's a word limit. It's your job to stay under it, not mine to cut it back. And then it's even becoming harder and harder to weed out the tangents and non sequiturs from the usable copy without heavy rewrites. The readers of Home Theater Aficionado want to hear about the quality and value of the hardware, not your ruminations on your childhood. David's known you for a long time, and he's the boss, so I'm giving you one more shot on his say-so. You should write him a nice note thanking him for his patience and generosity. Look through your old stuff and start submitting reviews like that again. Then everybody will be happy. Brent Kurtwood, reviews editor, Home Theater Aficionado magazine. Stranger under my roof. Understanding teens. Is there some on the back? Yeah. Teen years are fraught with change for all types, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. But these changes don't affect just your teen. Your teen's turbulent years are a challenge to parents as well, and maybe the biggest challenge you've faced since having children. This book holds insights into your teen's behavior from the very beginning as he or she enters adolescence up through the end of teen years as he or she enters adulthood. The practical strategies here are based upon well-tested principles of pediatric psychology presented by Dr. Eliza Medina, herself a mother of two teenagers, prepared to gain new tools for establishing a productive, healthy, and loving dialogue with the stranger under your roof. Wait, there's one of those. Sean Kelleher, Northwest Review. Eleanor Shepard, The Atlantic. No. Interestingly enough, I did know a Sean Kelleher. So that's a little weird. No, can't do it. 4, 5, 1. Clink. Kubelik and Wise, attorneys at law, 21 Front Street, Boone, Oregon. Mr. Masson, please find and enclose your original document and a typed copy for your records. Notarized copy is filed at the offices. Thank you for... It's a little weird. Thank you for entrusting our firm with this important matter. I, Oscar Masson, possessing full competence of mind and memory, after full survey of valued items to my name, do hereby declare this my last will and testament. The following shall hold true upon my passing. I declare that I am a lifelong resident of Boone County. I am unmarried and have no children. I declare I have no outstanding debts to my name, any creditors living or dead. I do hereby bequeath every item of value which I may die possessed, including the dwelling and surrounding acres located at 1 Arbor Hill, as well as any and all personal property and money accounts to Terence L. Greenbrier, Jr. of Ellis County. In the event that said Terence Greenbrier should predecease me, then and in such event, the bequest to him shall fall, and the same is bequeathed to his children as ordered by age and competence as stewards of the estate. I subscribe my name to this will, 13th day of August, 1973, at offices of Boone County Court Registrar. And by hand. Yep. Ah. Liquid inspiration. Hanrahan number 9, Irish whiskey. 80 proof, really? Nah, okay. Nothing really interesting there. I mean, apart from the fact that Dad, the writer, apparently is also maybe hitting the bottle a little hard. Is there something else? Yeah, inspiration. Okay, that was it in here. Nope. Nope. Next door on the left. There we go. Let me just do something real quick here. Okay, cool. VHS tapes. Woohoo! Grab cassette. Girl Scout side A, role model side B. That is role model, I believe. Yep. Terry, hey man, how you been? I know you're a published author and everything now, with the editor at Hi-Fi Aficionado. Hi-Fi Aficionado has too much review work to go around and he's looking for another freelancer. Naturally, I thought of you. You were saying last letter how much of a pain it's been to try to find a publisher for your latest work of literature, and writing stereo reviews is dead simple. Sit at home with a glass of scotch, listen to some records, and write how it sounds, then get paid. Yep. That's pretty much exactly what's been going on there. I've included some issues to the mag to use as examples. If you're interested, send some writing samples to my editor. Tell him your old college chum Mike sent you. Here's the address. Do it. It's the book that Dad wrote. The Accidental Savior. Not just another James Bond. A high-class political thriller. Oh man, all the stuff that's ripped off a TV. Airplane and Moonraker. Beetlejuice and RoboCop. Yeah. Blade Runner, Director's Cut. JFK. See, research. X-Files Season 1 episodes. Season 1. X-Files 3, 4, 5. X-Files pilot. Oh man. The Andromeda Strain. Yes, very nice. Time Machine and Clue. Fantastic Voyage and Top Gun.
This is a severe weather warning.
Clash of the Titans.
Reports high winds and torrential rain conditions affecting the following counties: Austin County, Boone County, Dawn County.
The Heaven at the Edge of the World. Samantha Greenbrier, age 2. Story: The Turtle People, Part 1. Pirates.
Flood conditions are expected at lower elevations.
There's more. Captain Allegra looked at the ocean. It went on forever, or so it seemed. Someday she would find the edge and go to paradise there. Then she heard cannon fire. Boom! It was the black pirate ship. She yelled, "I thought we lost them at Horse Island." The first mate said, "Looks like you thought too soon." The black ship came up along the side. Captain Black himself came on the deck of the black ship. He yelled to Captain Allegra, "You're never gonna find the edge. There ain't no paradise. Your father were a liar." Captain Allegra yelled back, "Then why do you calling us, you imbecile?"
Strongly urged to stay indoors and secure all windows and doors. Flood conditions are expected at lower elevations.
Okay. Sorry, the headphones are acting up. Got 54% battery, so I mean that's not going to be a problem. The battle kept going until Captain Allegra's ship got away. "Now west," she said, and the ship sailed toward the sunset. Keeps cutting out for some reason. I don't know what it is.
West Weather Service reports high winds and torrential rain conditions affecting the following counties: Austin County,
Making friends, even when you... Sam thought this might help. Dad.
and Wistaria County. Residents
Feeling lonely? It's a piece of cake. Make friends. Never worry again about having friends to spend time with. This book will teach you to make friends, even when you're shy.
You know that feeling where the first moment you see someone, it's like they have a big gold star around them, and you have to get to know them? Well, there's this girl. I think she's a senior. She's usually dressed kind of punk, but sometimes I see her in this, like, army uniform. She's always drawing in this notebook, looking so intense. I had no idea how I would ever, like, have an excuse to talk to her. Till I noticed she and her friends hang out and play Street Fighter at the 7-Eleven every day after school.
Bratmobile. I mean, I'm guessing it's bands, so. Let's take this. Actually, I don't know if this is a thing, but I'm wondering. Can we put this back in the backpack? No, not so much. Oh well. Dead matchbook. Hate match brand matches. Candles. I know, I'm expecting like achievement hunting basically. Oh, TV Guide, for anybody who doesn't know what that is. There was a segment in the newspaper that you would get on a daily/weekly basis. Usually the Sunday paper would have everything in there for the entire schedule for the week and the, 5 channels that you would get. Let's date ourselves. Put Takelma County Forestry Service. Yeah. Ah, Fort. I forgot that. Hauntings and Poltergeists. Leonard O'Rourke. Find out the truth behind stories that were familiar to our pagan ancestors. Discover how to tell a hoax from genuine haunting and to categorize and understand strange phenomena you may occur. Whatever. You may find. Dr. Jitters. Aha. Coliseum, Showplace of Oregon. Theater 3, Pulp Fiction, October 21st, 1994, 7:15 p.m. Oh, 575. Oh, what happened now? Right, this wasn't working. Okay, we're good now. Yeah, Firewatch makes sense now. I remember that it was... I couldn't remember which one it was, but yeah. I was thinking to myself, well, it's one of these. And that's actually kind of funny. I was like, well, do I play Firewatch or do I play this? Role model and insert it in, and now it's different. No, it's the same. Turn it to Girl Scout, and now insert it. No, it's still role model. Okay. Crumpled note. Hey, you're the new girl, Sam. I'm Tommy. I'm at the back, behind you if you get this. Hi, Tommy. Yes, I'm Smith. I'm new. What's up? Just thought since you're new, you could use a friend. I don't have a lot of friends either. Mind if I ask you something? No, I don't mind. What do you want to ask? Was it just your uncle who went psycho, or does it run in the family? Cool. Nope. Other way. I'm just gonna leave the entire house running. It's fine. Book of Coupons. Department of Agriculture, U.S. National Forestry Manual. Northwest Region prescribed burn procedures and precautions. Right, there we go. Samantha, please give this to your mother. Janice, thank you for having Danny over to your new home. He has missed having a friend, Samantha, in the neighborhood very much. Danny asked if he could lend Samantha his Nintendo Street Fighting tape, and I gave my permission. He needs to spend less time with those games anyway. No hurry returning it. Let Samantha know she's welcome back into our house to visit anytime. Sincerely, Mary Schutz.
When you live in one place your whole life, your next door neighbor is kind of like your default friend. And Daniel only got weirder over the years.
No.
So moving away has been a good excuse to, like, not see him anymore. But he did always have the good Nintendo games. Maybe I'll give him a call.
Oh, not Firewatch? Shot glass is not put away. Come on.
Somehow I always knew.
Ah. Oh, okay. Tacoma, yeah. Tacoma I played. That was a good one, too. Can't see anything. There we go. Viksa vodka. Again, 80 proof. What is with the 80 proof stuff? More Irish whiskey. Dad's second book again. From the desk of Donald Fripps, publisher, Mercury Books. No, that's the stuff you get that's well over 100 proof. I write to inform you that unfortunately Mercury Books will be unable to publish your follow-up to The Accidental Pariah. Despite low sales of The Accidental Savior, we went ahead with the publication of the second book in hopes that the John Russell series caught on. However, sales of the second book have been in fact lower than those of the first, and so our stewardship of the series must end here. It has been a pleasure working as your publisher, and we wish you, John Russell, the best in your future endeavors. That's an awkward form letter if I ever seen one. Also include your name at the end, just in case you got the fact that we weren't actually talking to you. Directions. Below are 2 stories. Events are all out of order. Get a lined sheet of paper. Choose one of the 2 stories and rewrite it. Begin with your title and name. Find a topic sentence to begin your paragraph. Put the sentences in chronological order. Make sure the last sentence is a good concluding statement. The menstrual cycle. It travels through the fallopian tube. The ovary releases the ovum about 2 weeks later, since the lining of the uterus is not needed for pregnancy. Comes out through the vagina. It is incredible how the female body knows how to prepare for pregnancy. If the egg doesn't meet a sperm, it dissolves. While the ovum is developing, the lining of the uterus is getting thick and soft. Another ovum starts to develop in one of the ovaries, and the process begins again. An ovum starts to develop. The early morning of September 1st, 1939, Essa Glatz stares out the window of a train as it travels from Vienna back to her home Wielun in Poland. As the train rumbles along and the sun rises over the countryside, she can only think of her dear Borislav, the boy she is engaged to wed. Meanwhile, deep within her guts, an ovum starts to develop. As his train approaches its destination, her heart races. The lining of the uterus is getting thick and soft. As Essa steps off the train, her eyes dart quickly. I think we could probably just skip this. But yes. See me at the bottom of the page. I mean, she reordered it correctly, so... Alright, records for ages. A bunch of coupons again. Dice. Katie, please tell Mom and Dad, sorry, the stuff that's missing. Sam. What's missing, Sam? Oops. Hi, Lonnie. If you wanted to come over to my house this afternoon, that would be cool. I can drive. It's kind of far, but I can drive you home, too, so hopefully that's fine. Right back and leave this in my locker. If you want, we can meet in the parking lot after 6. Samantha. Yeah, I'm totally in. See you there, then I'm going to kick your butt. Get ready. Street Fighter. Yep. Okay.
So you know what they say about the best laid plans of mice and men? Yeah, turns out it applies to Street Fighter too. At least I worked up the courage to walk into the 7-Eleven and ask for a turn, but all that practice at home did not exactly translate in the wild. So after I was finished getting my butt kicked, I followed them outside while they smoked. And that was when she asked me if I was that psycho house girl. But then she said she's always really wanted to see the psycho house. Her name is Lonnie. She's coming over tomorrow.
Katie, please, whatever you found, don't tell Mom and Dad. The attic. Scratch. Okay, so that door is locked. So there is a key. It's around the edge. It's not around the edge of the door or the frame. I didn't actually look in here. Not that that's very helpful. Alright, let me just real quick. Gamma. Just brightness. Hey. That might be better. Alright, so I got like nothing here. Nothing there. Like I said, I'm just leaving all the lights and everything on like a complete sociopath. Dave Brubeck. Nice. Good taste. Okay. I was pretty sure there was a linear progression to this. And now I don't know. Question mark. No, right. So it's not in the trash can unless it's right next to it. Yeah. No. Alright, cool. Leave all the windows and doors open while the heat's on. Alright. Directions to work from new house. Left on Grab Tree, right on Bullhorn, north 47, right 202 east. Travel time 1 hour 10 minutes? Woo! That's my kind of commute. Oh no, I know. In Oregon, that's like practically nothing. Pretty much everything in New Hampshire, my hometown, was measured in 15 minutes or greater. So I can empathize there at least a little bit. If I had to drive into Manchester, that was a good 45 minutes, and yeah, 30-40 miles. Takelma Forestry Service, Janice Greenbrier, Senior Conservationist. Over the Alps, novel traveling game, 2 to 6 players. Goodfellow High. Why would you lock doors that are in your own house? Man. Joa Mexico. Pick up one of my trophies. Regional Track and Field Finals, April 21st, 1990. 100-meter relay, first place with team. Nope. Okay. Can't go up and down at all. Pick up my old track trophy. Regional and Track Finals, 1991. Girls long jump, first place. Holy Bible. And it is actually a Bible, not just a gun holder or whatever. Tombs of Youth. Dear Jan, it's good to hear from you again. All this new house business sounds like quite an adventure. Remember the little dorm room we shared freshman year when we were all miserable, fantasizing about our dream homes? I always said I wanted a mansion. You said you wanted a house in the woods. Look, who got both? Somebody up there likes you. I could use some of that magic. Send me some lotto numbers, I'll play them. Seriously. But I shouldn't be complaining about this good old split level we've had since Bob got transferred to Winnipeg. We just got new vinyl siding. Jealous yet? Let me know if you ever want to trade places. How are the girls doing? Has Katie left on her big European adventure yet? Speaking of jealous, right back soon. Miss you, Rumi. Carol. Also locked. Cool. And carpet isn't going to come up at all, so that's that. Oh. Have a doggone cool 17th birthday. Happy birthday, Sam, Uncle Harvey. It's not a thing. Alright, upstairs it is. Playing cards yet again. Newspaper clipping. Controlled burn schedule for Boone County. Plumes of smoke will rise above the northeastern region of Boone County over the better part of next week as a part of the Forestry Service run controlled burn of overgrown sections of Flintlock National Forest. Forestry crews have been preparing for this for months. The burn operation will take place between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and possibly into Thursday, depending on the speed of progress, according to the Forestry Service. In addition to removing dead and overgrown vegetation that can lead to wildfire in the drier months, the operation will serve as a valuable training tool for the forestry and firefighting personnel involved, said Senior Conservationist Janice Greenbrier. Next question, when is this? October 1st, 1994. So this happened a year ago. Or close to, anyway. Personal calendar. Oops. Monday, couples bowling. Wednesday, cooking class. Take apron. Friday, ballroom dancing. Monday, couples bowling. Wednesday, cooking class. Friday, ballroom dancing. Wednesday, cooking class. Friday, ballroom dancing. Cook the big meal for Terry and Sam. Notice of temporary personnel transfer. Bruce Pendleton, head of personnel, State Forestry Service. To aid the upcoming prescribed burn operation, a ranger with expertise in the procedure is being transferred to the station at Flintlock National Service, effective 2nd September 1994. Please see attached personnel file. Overseeing officer at Flintlock Forestry Station, Senior Conservationist Janice Greenbrier is charged with the supervision of transferred personnel. The duration of transfer will be based upon performance evaluation as well as the recommendation of overseeing officer. Yep. Bratmobile, potty mouth. For Sam. Aha. Love thing, stab, cherry bomb, throwaway, PRDCT. Some special. F your fans, Polaroid baby, panic, bitch theme, Richard, cool schmool. Just wanna. Kiss and ride. No, you don't. Okay. Can't actually see all the way in there. Gravity. Queenie. You're gonna something. You're gonna love this one. You're gonna like this one.
It's weird hanging out with girls. Daniel was around ever since I was little, and other girls? I don't know. But being around Lonnie is like instantly just right. I gave her the grand Psycho House tour and took my revenge on Super Nintendo. And it was like, I don't know, I finally found someone I feel normal around. I drove her home and she gave me this tape and said, "You have got to listen to this." I haven't stopped playing it since.
Literally. Sam, stop leaving every damn light in the house on. You're as bad as your sister. Oh, that's perfect. I forgot that was here. Daniel called. Daniel called again. He wants his Nintendo game back. Wait. Nintendo. To whom it may concern, I, Samantha Greenbrier, am 17 years old and am therefore an independent, fully functional human being. The fact that you still forbid me from going to the city on my own is, frankly, absurd. Compare with Katie, who is only 3 years older than me, and you allowed her to go all the way across an ocean to another continent on her own. I just want to spend an evening in a normal, totally safe city on my own, like a human being, and since you may also remember that I have my own car now, you can't really stop me. Warmest regards, your daughter Samantha. Hey Sam, you want to see Pulp Fiction after school at the Coliseum? It came out last weekend and Todd won't shut up about it, so it's either good or we can make fun of him for liking it. My mom is supposed to cook dinner for us tonight for a change, but I can ditch out on it probably. What time? Also, isn't that movie supposed to be really violent? Am I gonna barf? According to Todd, it's pretty hardcore. I guess Uma Thurman gets stabbed in the heart with heroin needles, so that's kind of hilarious. Also, something about cheeseburgers is important. I think Todd's gonna come so I can see it at 7, if that's okay. 7:15, okay? Don't barf. Alright, see you then. Barfing hamburger. Okay. Oop, guess this one's broken. Jesus. Right red hand, semi-permanent hair dye. Not tested on animals.
Lonnie brought her hair dye over today. She said, "I need to fix these roots. Think you could help?" Dyeing hair is weirdly intimate. I don't know if I've touched someone else's scalp before. It's pretty intimate, right? It felt intimate. We looked into the mirror together after, and I expected her to say something about how it looked crappy or good or whatever. But that's when she said, "You're so beautiful." And she was looking at me. Right in that moment, I wanted to say something, but I waited, and the moment was gone.
Wear goggles and rubber gloves when handling anything in this room. Patty Smith, Biohazard, Dinosaur Jr., Lemonheads, Ice Cube, Groove, Exclusive, AIDS in Africa, Soul Asylum Live, Eddie Vedder, Weezer, Veruca Salt Wants It Now, Maxim Martin, Wanted for Murder of Straight Edge. Groove, Soundgarden Exclusive, Tool, Rage Against the Machine, Kurt Cobain, 1967 to 1994. June 94 magazine. Oh. What's that? Brochure. The Brother 150, of course it's a Phaedrus, new for 1965. This is the one me and my dad are building. Want to go for a ride when it's done? Yeah, I'm also wondering if, like, they just took, like, new ones or somehow got the information off the old bottles from 1995. I mean, not all of them are real products, but Samantha Greenbrier, Year 11, Fletcher, Period 5, Shop 1, Metalworking Engraving, Grade C-. Not a challenging assignment, metal plaque for a family portrait, reasonable subject, but not complex. When I said that mom and dad should be replaced with the parents' names, I did not mean just add them underneath. Acceptable leveling on edges, show more pride in work. Yeah, I mean, that's easy enough to do, but I was also kind of curious about like, did she pull them from, or did the devs pull them from actual products, or did they just kind of like take modern products and kind of retrofit for the right language? Hi Lonnie, I wrote this in first period and left it in the locker on the way to second. It's what all the cool kids are doing. I've decided. Write me back. Also, there's something I want to draw. 2 cats on a motorcycle. Hey, this is a good idea. What all the cool kids are doing is actually sending each other pages on their beepers. But we're cooler than them because guess what? They can't put this on a beeper. Human-sized cat, cat-sized cat. Alien. Your drawing of cats was so good that I added a background to make it even better. Maybe I should just stick to writing though. Huh, I like it. How'd you know they were about to get abducted by aliens? I'm looking at Mr. Fish right now. He probably, I feel like he probably would have a lot of cats. Also, like, his secret shame is that he watches 90210 religiously. I'm going to ask him about cats after class. He said he has 2 cats, and also he's never watched 90210, but I could see it in his eyes. He was lying. Got your number. Who's got a crush on you? Captain Allegra, still in her flowing skirt and sturdy jerkin, descended the single shining thread to the lower cavern of the labyrinth. She and the first mate, now on their own, grew closer to their goal, the throne room of the dead immortal king of the island. The first mate slid down the line to the stone floor. She swept chalky bone dust from the front of her canvas trousers and looked up at Allegra. The silken thread, nigh unbreakable thanks to the enchanted moths that inhabited the island, trailed behind, leading their way back to the entrance. From further into the labyrinth, a moaning began to echo. The moaning grew louder and clearer, the cursed king's voice. Whichever. The hairs on Captain Allegra's arms stood on end. She looked back at the first mate, whose eyes remained locked in the blackness of the passage a moment too long before noticing the captain's gaze. The first mate nodded silently ahead. The great basin of the dead king's throne room lay below. Skeletal in rotted robes, the king was hunched over a blue orb topping his royal scepter. As he sang, wailing souls flowed in one by one through the cracks in the cave walls, pulled to the orb, causing it to glow brighter and brighter. Behind the king, a long staircase hewn from rock led down into the chamber at the passage to the top. Allegra said, "We have the advantage in numbers, but I will draw his attention, and then you—" But the first mate interrupted. "No, I'm smaller and quicker, and you know of dealing with mystic energies like these. I will circle to the other side, get the king's attention, and lead him on a merry chase." She held up the silk line, all traced by this invisible thread, of course. Allegra said, "It is a good plan, but perhaps we should go together." The first mate shook her head. "You know this is our best chance. Don't be afraid for me." They grasped hands and exchanged 3 tight squeezes, their palms growing warm. The first mate tied the shining thread to the belt of her trousers, gave a quick salute and a wink, and dashed off. Allegra waited, staring vigilantly across the top of the stairs where the first mate was to appear. The king continued hit. Wait, no, no! The singing stopped. The king turned and began walking up the stairs. Allegra wanted to call out to do anything to stop the first mate from running headfirst into danger. The king was nearly at the top of the stairs when the first mate burst through the passageway. She skidded to a stop, then turned and ran, and the king chased after her with distressing speed. From some dank passage much too far away, Allegra heard the first mate scream. The line in Allegra's hand went taut and then shuddered. It felt slack and fell slack to the stone floor. Allegra ran, following the line, and came to its end. The unbreakable thread dangled limply, and its frayed end in her hand. She tossed it to the ground and ran. Man, Sam had this in 4th grade. Yep. Book. Bible. Again, probably not something you could keep something else in. Plaque. Samantha spelled out all the individual things. That's from Mom and Dad. Mitten, 1888 Dry Creek Road. Guessing that's the old house. Sonic Boom 94. There we go. That one is just a large heart. That one is a shark. Oops. No, okay. Oh, cartridge. Super Spitfire. Journey of Crystal. We're not going to tell you. Yeah, tell me it's Final Fantasy without saying it's Final Fantasy. Bratmobile Cool Schmool. I mean, this was before Portal. This is before they started breaking up the magic by those names. Melee. August 19th through November 30th, 1991. Pacific Institute of Art Exhibition. Is there another tape? Yeah. Sides downstairs. Chun-Li moves. Fireball, lightning kick, helicopter kick, air stomp. Yep. Adventurous the Cat returns. Oh. The plaid shirts. Yep. And all jeans, I'm guessing here. Yep. Probably mostly ripped. Oh, right. had that much to drink, Jodie Foster. How many fingers am I holding up? Better not be reading my secret diary again. Here you go, Mitten. Have some pate. Gross. Well. Nope. Okay. Thought I'd put Mitten's collar, you know, the old house number, 1888. Be really funny if they put the combination like in one of the magic eyes. Just to tick you off. That's eyeball. When I played this the first time, I was so paranoid. Something was going to happen. It's like always checking over my shoulder, doing all sorts of stuff. Alright. X-Files. Oh, yep. Steggy? Stelly? Steggy. It's Steggy. There's got to be a thing somewhere, right? There's got to be a combination somewhere that's pretty obvious. What a party. 2. Like 1, 2. Oh, right. There's stars in the ceiling. Socks and underwear, etc., etc. Oh, barf. There's nothing I don't hate right now. I forgot the commentary. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, The Fugitive, All the President's Men. Yeah, so Dad definitely is obsessed with taping stuff off of television. That one doesn't go back in. Mitten, Arcat, Caitlin, age 5. Awkward family photo. Woo! Dear Jan, oh honey, let me tell you, I understand how you feel. Bob and I have had our down periods. It's become a bit of a way of life, actually. You get used to each other. You live your own lives in the same house. The kids grow up. They go away. I'm sorry, this isn't helping, is it? Don't worry. Terry will get over whatever's distracting him. Things will go back to normal. And as for Sam being distant, that's a teenager for you. Nothing to worry about. In the meantime, though, this controlled burn, that sounds like quite the adventure. But let's cut to the chase. This new ranger they sent, that's what I want to hear about. Ranger Rick? You have got to be kidding me. It's too perfect. You have to tell me everything. And send pictures. I want the whole package. Wait, that sounded wrong. Keep your chin up until Terry's out of his slump, and in the meantime, write more letters to your old friend Carol. She adores them. You got random 3-ring binders just literally everywhere. It's great. Walt Whitman, Leaves of Grass. Timberline bestsellers. Take your time. I'm glad to have it in good hands. Rick. Mm-hmm. Oh look, a ghost game. Escape from Ghost Mansion. That's got to be House on Haunted, or Escape from... Ah, crap. Forget what it's called. Watercolor Technique. Is there something back there? Matchbook. Overlook Restaurant. Rick, 8 o'clock Friday. Well then. Does nobody put their toothbrush in like a holder? Or, you know, the glass. Just laying out. There's a cup literally right there. Ugh. After the honeymoon, rediscovering your spouse, personally, spiritually, and sexually. Reverend Alexander Michaels. Ugh. Alright, I am running really far behind compared to what I said I was going to do tonight, so... eh. Katie, Mom and Dad were going to the guest room for you to make up the guest room for you to stay over the summer, but you came home on such short notice they weren't around to do it. You can use my room if you want. I won't be needing it anymore. Sam. Samantha Greenbrier, Ghost Hunter Journal. Poured milk from the carton in the fridge. It was spoiled. Pretty sure I read that spirits can sour milk. Milk was just bought yesterday. Tall shadow in the upstairs hall. When I rounded the corner, no one was there. How tall was Uncle Oscar? Note, I was not wearing my glasses. October 28th. Enlisted Lonnie to stay up all night and help patrol premises, recording any sight of otherworldly presence. Lonnie reported many sightings, but all remain unconfirmed. Possible ectoplasm in attic, probably due to leaky roof. Sample taken just in case. Despite our best efforts, we both fell asleep around 4 a.m. All in all, a successful night. Lonnie and I employ Ouija board as a medium. Disturbing messages are conveyed from the other side. Oscar is definitely here. You were asking what my JROTC ribbons meant. Here's a handy guide. Orienteering. This means the Army thinks I can find my way around. Rifle team. The Army has branded me a certified killing machine. Adventure training. I'm a bored adventuress and no borders can hold me. Army recognizes this. If so you didn't think I was cool before, now you do. Lonnie D. All of Katie's stuff just shoved into one room. Sam's dark room. Do not enter if red lights are on. Heavens to Betsy, nothing can stop me. I'll just be like Huey Lewis from Back to the Future. I'm sorry, that's just too loud. Performance evaluation for Richard Powdermach. Supervisor Janice Greenbrier, evaluation period from September to November 1994. All fives. Ranger Powdermach has been indispensable during the course of prescribed burn preparation and execution. I believe his expertise and dedication has been a deciding factor in the success of a very complex and challenging conservation effort. In the opinion of Flintlock Forest staff, Rick's contributions to daily operations have become essential to the outfit's continuing success. To this end, I will be formally submitting paperwork requesting his permanent reassignment to this facility. Halloween show, The Misfits. They're awesome. Don't forget your costume. Stygian Lounge, 10/29, 9 p.m. See you there.
Sometimes you just have to lie to Mom and Dad. Like when Lonnie asked me to see a band with her and stay over at her friend's place in the city after. That's a lie to Mom and Dad situation. But it was so worth it. The girls on stage were just so loud and real and awesome. And everybody was moving together like one huge tide of sound. Between two songs, Lonnie leaned over and said, "How do you like your first show?" I was so happy. I felt tears starting in my eyes. And then she up and hugged me. I think she could tell.
Wildfire. He saved her from the raging flames, and then things really heated up. I remember those sewing tables. I think my mom had one. Healthy choices. Skills for a healthful life. Oops. Lonnie, holy crap, I was in the library and noticed something in the corner. Found a secret passage, and it had Oscar's creepy old stuff in it. My god, I have to see this. We're skipping 6th period. So from Mom and Dad's room, the closet connects to the library. Oh my god, I've got to see this. What? Captain Allegra and First Mate, your costume, my costume. L. I forgot about that. Pretty awesome. Alright. Mom and Dad's room. Okay, closet. And somehow connection in the wall. Ah. Ghost Hunter's house investigation log. Hidden compartments found 3. Library, upstairs hall, foyer. Evidence of supernatural? 0. So that's the one that we're in now. It connects the library to the thing. Across from her room. The next panel. Hidden compartments marked on the map. Right. Okay. So, crucifix. Oh. We'll just. Oh. Panel by the window, right? So it's like just inside. Oh no, that's the closet to Mom and Dad. Okay, yep, I got it. So in the library here, this is the kind of like all the way back and then left. That makes sense. It's one of these. Yeah, there we go. There's something there. Okay. Misfits, Saturday, October 29th, plus special guest Maidenhead, Stygia.
At Todd's brother's place after the show, there was only a futon to sleep on, so Lonnie and I shared it. The lights went out. I was turned toward her. My eyes started to adjust, and then I could see she was looking at me, too. In the dark, she smiled. My heart was beating so fast. I rolled over. I felt so, I don't know, nervous? After a minute, she put her arm around me and was so close and whispered in my ear, "I really like you." I just nodded my head, and I really hope she could tell. I really hope that she meant what I think she did. I felt like a shook-up can of soda ever since. I hope we have the chance to talk before I explode.
Alright. So we have that panel there. The foyer. So we came in the front, and it's going to be just on the right there. Okay. And then one across from her room. So if we go in through the main door. Alright, now I completely forget where I said it was. Oh. Left side. Just inside on the... Yeah, okay. Whee! There we go. Oh, wait a minute. No, nothing there. Alright. 51. Half of Sam's locker combo. Heaven at the edge of the world. Private, do not read. The Green Glacier, Part 2, Samantha Greenbrier, 9th grade, 12/1/92. Allegra and her scouting party peered down warily through the defense canopy of rustling leaves and the perch high in the forest branches. Mere feet away, sunlight shone brightly through the inner ice walls of the glacial basin in which the forest grew. It was a strange sight indeed, such lushness juxtaposed with frigid ice formations. Allegra leapt forward without hesitation, bounding through the high branches. The first mate had been captured by Green Glacier's Amazonian tribe. His life hung in the balance. We have to hurry. Her party followed behind, moving quietly as a breeze through the greenery. Allegra landed in the clearing and yet shouted, "Stop!" She saw the Queen of Amazonian up on her pedestal, reaching for the lever that would drop her first mate into the vat below. She shouted, "No!" and flung her saber at the Amazon's reaching hand, but it was too late. The first mate screamed as he fell toward the water and then splashed down, and all was eerily silent. Allegra looked on, frozen in fear and remorse. She had been a moment too late. But then from the vat something began to emerge, a head of dark brown hair just like the first mate's, then the shoulders and sleeves of his coat soaking wet. But as the figure stood and the water poured down, Allegra saw that the first mate had changed. He was no longer a man at all. In fact, what looked back at her in the eyes, the face, the hair, the hands, the body of a woman, still in the first mate's clothes. Still the first mate, she spoke in a soft, clear voice. "Captain?" The Amazonian queen said, "She's one of us now. She is ours." Allegra drew her magical flintlock pistols from her belt, and her crew readied their swords. Allegra glared into the queen's eyes and said, "That's the love of my life, and you can't have her." Yep, right. Let's get back upstairs. Come on now. There we go. Never know. Yeah. The empty laundry basket with clothes all over the place. Do you feel attacked? No. Clothes. Anyway, I'll go home now. Alright, and across from her room. The Ouija board. Oops. Right, nothing there. Hello, who are you? Oscar. What do you want? To combat? Nope, done. Aha, first half. So 031, I believe is the... I mean, it was the 1990s, so, like, you know, your father's briefs were just kind of everywhere. Anyway, inventory. Oh, 50, that's the problem. 051. Hey. Gosh, Sam. Gentlemen, the magazine for men. July 1994, The Great UFO Cover-Up. Special, Shannon Doherty. Exclusive interview with mogul David Geffen. Finally, Gillian Anderson. Gosh, Sam. Yeah. Cigarette pack. Oh, yeah. Key. Basement key.
Lonnie came over today, but everything was different. She was sitting at my desk chair, and she wouldn't look at me. Finally, I asked her what was going on. She said she felt like she'd done something wrong that night in the city. Like I must think... But I said no. There was nothing wrong. I just wanted to say... But I couldn't find the words. I felt like I was gonna cry, but I wasn't sad. She got up and sat next to me on the bed. I looked at her. Lonnie, do you think you could ever... And that's when she kissed me.
To basement. There we go. You know, I know everyone around these parts is partial to Utz, but Cape Cod all the way, man. I know. You're just gonna say, get out. Dear Samantha, I would cordially like to thank you for having me over to your abode for Thanksgiving holiday with your lovely family. I enjoyed the flavorful potatoes, and also it was weird being around your parents for that long, but it was pretty funny how impossible it is for your dad not to be awkward for more than 30 seconds at a time. You're very cordially yours, your close friend and confidant, Lonnie D. Quite. A fancy man. Dear Ms. DeSoto, allow me to take this opportunity to thank you in kind for being such a gracious host of your festivities at your father's estate following the aforementioned meal with my parents. Your family's Thanksgiving feast was the more enjoyable of the two events, I must say. I especially appreciated the time I spent with your grandmother, who is a lovely woman with sterling taste and a refined air. Let's do it again, same time next year, shall we? Indeed, Madam Samantha L. Greenbrier, Esquire. SNL.
It's different now. I mean, we still hang out all the time like before. But now when no one else is around... Well, you know. So you could say we're dating. But it's secret. Secret dating? I don't know. I mean, I guess that's the real difference. Now when we get off the phone or go home for the night, or it's just quiet and we're alone, we say I love you.
Oh man, one of my old sex ed assignments. Yeah, this is the same assignment, but now it's Caitlin's instead of literally just the individual lines that were already given on the previous page. Exactly what the teacher expected, I am sure. Check plus. Caitlin, same deal with the Samantha one from upstairs. Oops. First prize for, what's that? Science fair, probably. Scuffed paneling up here. Old fuses. I sold some of those at the hardware store I used to work at. Samantha Greenbrier would like to congratulate you on your acceptance to the Creative Writing Track of Reed College Summer Program for Young Scholars 1995 session. Based on your portfolio and academic record, we're also pleased to offer you financial aid to cover 75% of the summer program's tuition and fees. Attached documentation contains specifics regarding your schedule, optional secondary track sessions, and your dormitory assignment. We very much look forward to your participation in the summer program. And again, congratulations.
I'm so stupid sometimes. I was telling Lonnie that I got into my college summer program thing, and I was all making plans like, you should come visit me, stay in my dorm room. But she said, Sam, I ship out on June 6th. I was like, ship out? To where? She said, to basic training. What did you think I was doing all that ROTC stuff for? I guess she's been planning to join the army right after high school since she was like 12. And I guess she's really going to do it. So I was like, after graduation, I'm just never going to see you again? She said, let's just have fun while we can.
One of Granddad's books. Joyce, A Complete Understanding. Richard Greenbrier, PhD. Richard Greenbrier, PhD. Professor Laureate of English, University of Oregon, 1956. That was deliberate. Next question, where is his face? Because it is somewhere around here, I'm sure. 14 karat gold, heart pendant in 2 halves, customizable up to 10 letters, names, dates, initials, anything you can dream up. Gift box imported, L+S. This light has been on for how long? Oops. Yolanda DeSoto, care of Hector and Marie DeSoto. Miss Samantha Greenbrier, 1 Arbor Hill, Boone County. Dear Sam, I'm so happy you like the drawing. I was thinking of us when I drew it. I knew you'd be able to tell. You'd love Mexico, I think. Probably. The nature is totally different than back home. Keep thinking about Allegra and the first mate lost on a mysterious island where even the plants are out to get them, and then I think of them together out in the wilderness together, and I start thinking of you again. I lie here in bed and can almost feel you. I've been trying to save it up for when we're together again. Haven't done a good job, okay? But I tried. Enough about that. Your last letter got to me the day before we started driving back north. Yep. See you later. Have a good one. We'll be racing this letter home. If I get home first, we can read it together. And yes, I'm taking tons of photos. We'll have to spend so much time together in the dark room. Tu amor. Lonnie. X-ray specs. Girl Scout, the band formerly known as Cub Scout. Set list, role model, authority, main squeeze, telling stories, instruction, first mate. self Girl Scouts denial.
Todd's band lost their singer. Todd said he sucked. Lonnie said he got sick of Todd's shit, and he was complaining about needing a new singer. So Lonnie was like, I can sing. And they were all kind of like, you can? And she was like, probably. But she's been rehearsing with them for like a week now. And I finally got to see them play in Todd's basement today. And she's actually really amazing. I feel so proud when she's on stage. It's incredible being in awe of someone you love. So everybody knows it's like a temporary situation till she ships out in June. But till then, I'm gonna be at every single show.
$80 fine jewelry for the pendant that was given. Custom engraving, $20. Heart pendant, $60. December 1994. Anyway. Arbor Hill map. Nice. Alright, combination for a safe, but we don't have that yet, so wait on that one. Oh, it doesn't work. Hooray. Toy. Note. Order this month, 2 cases of brandy, 2 cases of rum, 1 barrel whiskey. Governor remains very pleased with enforcement in Boone County. Believe this arrangement shall hold for some time. W.R. March 23. So, Prohibition. Terry, age 12, Thanksgiving 1963, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, and 6. So he was back at least once a year. Alright. Anything else useful in here? I didn't see anything, but who knows? I don't see anything. I mean, like, really, I can't see anything, but, you know. Masson's Pharmacy, January through June 1960. Hatbox, I think. Postcard. Hey Sam, writing you from Multnomah Falls. I'm here on a stupid class trip, which is stupid because it's March and I don't know if anyone running this school has been to Oregon, but it's cold and rainy as shit in March. Wish you were here. Oh, wait, you are here because I'm writing this to you in the gift shop. Oh shit, here you come, Lonnie.
They tell you to stick with the group on field trips, Katie. There's a reason for that. Lonnie and I snuck off on the side paths at Multnomah Falls and got a little lost. Okay, a lot lost. Like, for hours. Right before the bus left, we found a trail and came running down the path, soaked and covered in mud, shouting for the bus not to leave. The school called home. Mom and Dad said, "You didn't get into trouble like this before you met that Lonnie girl." But I don't think they know about us. Kids at school, though, I'm really afraid that's a whole other story. Stick with the group, Katie. Stick with the group.
Massan's Pharmacy changes hands. The shoppers of Main Street were surprised today, in 1965, at the announcement that Massan's Pharmacy would change ownership for the first time since it opened 10 years ago. Rumors swirled that the sudden sale of the pharmacy was transacted for a song. Cheap, right. When asked for a speculation that the deal had been signed for as little as $1, Mr. Samuel Unstein, Oscar Massan's longtime assistant and now proprietor of Massan's Pharmacy, told the Register, "The specifics will remain between myself and Mr. Masson. Mr. Masson has taken sick and was unavailable for comment." Bratmobile. Psycho House Girl. Coolest stuff about being the Psycho House Girl. Cool thing number one, everyone in the hall thinking you don't know they're looking at you and whispering as they walk past, because I guess they haven't heard of Peripheral. That's a lie to mom and dad situation, but it was so worth it. The girls on stage were just so loud and real and awesome that we already heard that. Costumes, skeletons, and devils. Cheerleaders from this Smells Like Teen Spirit video. One girl dressed as Jackie Kennedy. We haven't heard that, so could be around. Alternatively, it could just not be here. Where does this one lead? Aha. Yeah, there was something about Katie's room leading down here. Nope. Massan's Pharmacy, 196.3, that being the, almost certainly, the combination for the safe. Oh, yeah, 1963. Yeah. Hydrogen peroxide. Aquatil. Relief of constipation. Cholic acid. Dictyl sodium sulfosinate. Oscar Masson, Return to Sender, Mary Greenbrier. Dear sister, I write what shall be my last appeal to go unanswered one way or the other. I feel a prisoner is on an island with no jailer, no human soul for commune, only my one mind examining itself endlessly endlessly, searching for relief. In the years since transgression, I have sought no absolution, only bare forgiveness. In good faith, I have removed myself from all temptation, sacrificed to prove my commitment, however I can imagine. Since Mother's passing, I have yearned for nothing more than the acknowledgment of my own kin, to be treated as human again, to breathe the air of human spirit once more. By grace, even a wretch like me could be saved, but I do not expect it. If not if no response is received, I shall henceforth accept my sentence and one day simply cease to be. With a brother's love always, Oscar Masson. Old dirty syringe. Oil of clove. Morphine tartrate. That's, wow. Oh man. Bilaron, iron bile salts. Not to be used when symptoms of appendicitis are present except on competent medical advice. That's good. All these drugs are just strewn about. It's fine. So, real quick to everybody who stopped in, thank you very much. My name is Obi-Wan Pez. This is N-Simplex Pachinko. We are totally just doing the first game that I said I was going to do. So the other two I might eventually get to here. I do just kind of want to get through another little bit at least. To Samantha Greenbrier from Principal Sheldon Grossman. Greenbrier, I appreciate the time and effort you put into writing your letter. It showed initiative and was well written, but it does not change my mind in this matter. While I understand that Miss DeSoto is a friend of yours, the fact of the matter is that she defaced school property with profanity. The fact that she allegedly defaced her own locker in retaliation for another student doing the same to yours is immaterial. As to your complaint that no other student has been punished for their part in this incident, the fact is that no guilty party has come forward and there has been no convincing evidence as to who might have defaced your locker. In other words, there is no one to punish. I would suggest letting this issue drop as it only brings more unwanted attention to yourself, which I believe is what you claim began this whole incident in the first place.
I don't get Lonnie sometimes. Like, her band, and our zine, and her hair, and everything are all anti-authority. But I watch her in JROTC, and she's doing drills in perfect formation, following orders, no question. And there's all this stuff in the news about don't ask, don't tell. Like, she's going to join the army and then have to lie about who she is. She said they don't need to know what they don't need to know. Like it was no big deal. This from the girl who trashed her locker to, like, defend my honor. I've learned when to stop arguing, though. I don't think Lonnie even gets Lonnie sometimes.
Kicking against the patriarchy. Had enough. And a label back there for girl justice. Captain A and Rev Elution girl. Heard enough. Heavens to bet. See Bratmobile girls to the front. This one's for you, Grossman. A. Gross man. Pretty good. for kicking against the patriarchy. Secondly, that was also the name of her principal, who told her no. Oh, man. No, there it is. Heavens to Betsy, terrorist. En español. Offer of promotion. Dear Head Conservationist Greenbrier, due to your exemplary management, Flintlock prescribed burn operation last year and services need for experienced personnel to direct regional operations. We would like to offer you the position of Regional Conservation Management Director, responsible for operations throughout northwestern Oregon. You'd no longer be Flintlock National Forest. Instead, you would work in the Regional Management Office at 128 Bullhorn Road. I think that was the one that we saw at the very beginning, and that meant that it was going to be like an hour and 15-minute drive to get to that particular location. Your assistance would be sought in selecting a ranger to fill your former post. Wonder who that's going to be. And that is February 95. It being June now. Hey Lonnie, sorry my mom was such a bitch last night. She's hardly ever around since her forest is like an hour away. Oh, maybe not then. Right, because that's not the management office. That's... okay, that's her forest. And when she is home, she takes it out on you, like, because you're not a member of the family. She knows you won't call her on it, and I'm sorry. Huh, it's okay. I know she's just jealous of our cool and freewheeling lifestyles. I feel sorry for you. I'm lucky my mom lives in Florida. You have to deal with a mom every day. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring up the mom thing like that. I know I shouldn't complain. No, I'm being totally serious. My mom is a psycho-Christian, and her new husband, Don, is a complete tool. Living in Florida with him is her eternal punishment in my mind. So you wouldn't rather live with your mom in Florida? No. Froth. Music and Culture, December 94. Tincture. Poughkeepsie's Teenagers of the Year. Guided by Voices. Medicine. Unlock from the inside. There we go. Guardian angels up above, bless this house with lots of love. Somebody lost their bow tie up there. Might have helped. Oh, a note. 102 Kink FM presents Earth, Wind, and Fire Civic Auditorium. Wow. February 23rd, 1995. Sam, the skull was the coolest thing we found in Mexico, and it was like $3 American. Love it. Merry Christmas. Miss you. L. P.S. Treasured always. Mom's purse. Manual for Forestry and Research Education, Tacoma County Forest Service. Okay. Dining room. Hi Jan, got 2 tickets for Earth, Wind, and Fire Thursday, but my girlfriend says she doesn't want to go. Her taste in music rears its ugly head again. So that leaves me with an extra ticket that I thought you might be interested in. More fun than clearing brush in the freezing rain, right? Rick. Mm-hmm. pass. Samantha Greenbrier to Principal's Office. 495, Period 2, Grade 11. Referred by Marcus, distributing inappropriate materials on school grounds. Phone call to students' parents out of school suspension. 424 through 428. Sam, since you refused to hear us out this afternoon, your mother and I are putting this in writing so we're absolutely clear. You are grounded for the rest of the month from social and telephone privileges and from using your car for anything but going to and from school. We understand what you're going through, but we can't allow you to continue with this kind of behavior at school. And clearly, once your privileges have been reinstated, we can't allow you to have your bedroom door closed while Lonnie is at the house. This is the last word on the matter. Get back on course so it won't have to happen again.
I had an interesting talk with Mom and Dad tonight. One you were never gonna need to have. I mean, you've known, right? I've known since, like, She-Ra. Mom and Dad didn't, I guess. But they saw the zine and the stuff on the locker, and they were like, is there something we should know about you and Lonnie? And so here's the thing. I was prepared for them to be mad, or disappointed, or start crying, or something, but they were just in denial. You're too young to know what you want. You and Lonnie are just good friends. You just haven't met the right boy. It's a phase. That's what I didn't see coming. That they wouldn't even respect me enough to believe me. Well, joke's on them. Because they're in for one very long phase.
Hi, Mom, Dad, and Sam. The Vatican's weird. As you can see, the Catholic Church still has a lot of money left over from the Middle Ages. I've gotten to see all the art, including the Sistine Chapel, ceiling, and sculptures by Michelangelo, Donatello, and the rest of the Ninja Turtles. Mom will have to come back together. I would love to be here with someone who really appreciates the history behind everything. Also, Sam, they have lots of various relics, as in pieces of important dead people, so you should come too. Next stop, Barcelona. Calm down, Dad. I won't get gored by a bull. Probably. Love, Katie. God, no butts in heaven. Hey, Kiwi Gamer, how's it going? And good morning to you. The Accidental Warrior. Don't give up on this, honey. Aw. The gits. First off, congratulations, Janice Greenbrier, Regional Director. And I say congratulations because, come on, you're going to take the job, right? What are you waiting for? An engraved invitation? Call them back. In the meantime, let's discuss this little outing you had with your favorite flannel-clad hunk. What a blast. But you sound like you're reading a lot into An Innocent Night Out. You sure there's something there? You said he has an out-of-town girlfriend. You sure they're not serious? Okay, so we have to figure out when you'll see each other in person. Enough with the letters. I owe you a congratulatory margarita, boss lady. Soon. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you got to bed at a apparently reasonable time and are now up at 6 a.m. Still not happening on this side, so I'm gonna have to actually do it, otherwise I'm gonna get myself completely screwed over during the year. Nope, nothing there. Sounds like you got a plan. Sam's schedule, working at Crown Burger on Bethel Road. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 3 to 7. Saturday, 12 to 6. Invitation. Mr. and Mrs. Jonathan Blair request the honor of your presence to the marriage of their daughter Helen Margaret to Richard Morris Patermach, Sunday, 4th of June, 1995, 4:30 in the afternoon, Sunset Lutheran Church, Seaside, Oregon. So it appears that he's actually getting married. Oh, I remember this stuff. Super old 70s and 80s style. No cookies. All right. Hey, no big deal. I enjoy any company I can get in here. Have you played Gone Home? Congratulations on your new position, Bruce Pendleton, $4.95. Regional Conservation Director, Greenbrier, having received your formal acceptance letter, etc., etc. Samantha and Danielle were in the woods one day. It was sunny, and they were on an adventure. They went to the bad part of the wood, and it got dark. Daniel said, "Are you scared?" And Samantha said, "No. Are you?" They laughed, and went more into the bad part than they went to a part that was never there before. And there was a pirate ship, and an ocean. Samantha said, "I'll be captain and you be first mate." Daniel said, "I'll be captain," and they went on the pirate ship and started sailing away.
Daniel finally came over to get his game. I'd been dreading it. But he brought this story with him that I wrote when we were little. I started reading it, and then there I was, crying at the kitchen table.
All right, see you later.
He asked what was wrong, and I was thinking about how we used to be friends, how much I'd taken for granted. But instead, I told him about school, and Dad, and Lonnie, and then how sorry I was that I wasn't his friend anymore. He gave me a hug and said it was going to be okay. For some reason, I almost believed him.
It's just literally too loud to actually read this stuff, but hey. Mr. Greenbrier, let me first say I hope this missive finds you well. Hell, it feels like a goddamn miracle that it finds you at all. Do you know how long we've been trying to track you down? Worry not. We aren't the feds. We aren't the men in black or any sort of other creeping fascist hobgoblins. We are, in fact, on your side. Let me start from the beginning. Unknown Dimension is what you might call a specialist publishing house. We traffic in the weird, the ahead of its time, the lost but not forgotten by a small dedicated group of plugged-in bibliophiles type of out there, mass market shunning visionary expression that refuses to be taken on anything but its own terms. We've had an unparalleled run since our inception 4 years ago, unearthing and reviving Christ or zombie-like timeless works such as N.N. Bestman's Message of the Snake Men, It's Inside Me by Jens Keller, and Emil Krieger's oft-banned Venusian Flesh Traders. But ever since we discovered tattered copies of your Accidental series at a church rummage sale in Long Beach, New Jersey, we've been trying to track down the author of this weird and dark American outsider art. John Russell, mild-mannered insurance agent by day, reckless history-revising sociopath by night, is the twisted peacekeeper that modern suburban America deserves. It is our mission to bring him back to life. We want your permission to reprint the work, since your original publisher, Mercury Books, folded a decade ago. We want you to supply a new foreword to the books, to appear in brand new editions of The Accidentalist Savior and The Accidental Pariah, to be produced by Unknown Dimension as a limited run and marketed directly to our highly discerning customer base. We look forward to embarking with you and thrusting your work screaming back into the sweating palms of an unsuspecting American public. It's about time. Blast off. Kaz. Medish. Man. Oh, Kaczynski. There we go. Medish Kaczynski, publisher, Unknown Dimension Literature, Michigan Ave, Newark, New Jersey. Sam, your mother and I will be away for a long weekend celebrating our anniversary, June 3rd through 7th. We'll be camping in the Gorge, but give you a call on the way home. Sorry the kitchen is still in mid-renovation. Never trust a contractor. $40 is on the table to order pizza while we're gone. Be good, Dad. $40 was not on the table. Crown Burger. Sam, asked me about clown combos sitting in the trash. We're in the kitchen. We still need to get out here. This is the dining room. Wait, hang on. Where are we? Booted Out, a going away show for Lonnie D. Girl Scouts' last show ever. All ages $3.
Lonnie had her going away show with her band tonight. She's so incredible on stage. When she was singing, I could practically forget everything. But we only had 48 hours left. That I don't know what comes next. And I can't live without her. Then she dedicated the last song to me. I couldn't take it. I was out on the curb in the alley, sobbing till my ribs hurt. I would follow her anywhere, Katie. But I can't. Where she's going. After a long time, she found me. She said she was sorry. She said, I wish things could be different. I just wanted to make you happy. I said, I don't think you can anymore.
I sent this one from Barcelona. Hi Mom, Dad, and Sam. We've had a wonderful time on the beaches of Barcelona. Dad and Sam, I think you would like the Gaudi architecture. It's from a strange alien world. I'm headed to my final destination, Amsterdam. For how long? That depends. I'm running low on money. I'll look for a cheap standby ticket and call you when I'm headed home. Sorry for the short notice. I can't wait to see you again. It'll be good to be home. Love, Katie. Right. We already saw that one. Home Cooked Magazine, December 93. Risotto 10 ways. Easy family meals. Pizza on a weeknight? Yes. 165 recipes inside. What to do with leftovers. Eat them. Cleansing powder, toilet paper, all that stuff. Cool. softy. Sam, I wish I knew how to explain it better. The army is this thing I grew up with. It's part of me. My dad's army friends are like family. I've always known it's where I'd end up. I never thought of it any other way. I wish things could be different. Maybe someday when I'm settled at base and you're done with college and you're a famous writer and I could rebuild a tank engine with my eyes closed, things will be different and we can be together. Until then, L. Where we'll do it. Secret door under the stairs. Midnight, June 5th. Final preparations are complete. So, in the foyer under the stairs.
We agreed our last night together would be our happiest ever. And we'd forget tomorrow was going to come at all. It worked for a while. We had a good time seeing Oscar off. Then ran up to the attic to look through our photos. To find one for Lonnie to take with her. And looking at them, I realized they were all in the past. And there wouldn't be any more. I didn't know what I was going to do. And I cried. And she held me. She said she knew it was hard, but life would move on. I said I didn't want my life to keep moving without her. That's when she cried too. I was so exhausted. I must have fallen asleep like that, in her arms. In the morning, I woke up, and I was finally alone.
Strong Pines Couples Counseling Retreat in the beauty of Columbia Gorge. The Accidental Human. Manuscript. Dear Kaz, I can't tell you what a joy it is to see John Russell back in print. Thank you very much for sending along the copies of the new editions. The cover art is really something. I know you've said that Unknown Dimension isn't in the business of printing new material, but this revised interest in my work has brought on a wave of inspiration, resulting in a manuscript that complete John Russell's journey, which I think you may find intriguing. It is reflective and introspective without forgetting the excitement and weirdness that Unknown Dimension readers expect. I hope this might be an exciting new direction for Unknown Dimension to pursue. At the very least, I'm grateful that John Russell's adventures didn't come to an end quite when I thought they had. Thanks and regards. Cover copy. It's been almost 20 years since John Russell heard the call. Twice he saved the president's life. He's practically forgotten the days of the future, of danger and excitement, the days where he mattered. So when that familiar rip in time opens in front of him and his handlers peer out, he doesn't hesitate. Is the president in danger? No. The life you save this time will be your own. Which one's this? It doesn't give us a title for that one. Okay. I probably saw it on the other thing. Anyway, back to the main foyer. Under the stairs. Leaving all the lights on in the house. Other side. Nope. Maybe I just wasn't close enough. Ah, that one. Possession and exorcism. Interacting with the supernatural and releasing unwanted spirits. They said they were doing their last rites, saying goodbye to Oscar. Honey snaps fuel for winners.
The sunset light in this house is the saddest thing I've ever seen. I just want to sleep. When I'm in the attic, it almost feels like Lonnie could still be here. She's just downstairs. I'm just waiting to hear her pull down the hatch and come running up. Maybe I'll go up to the attic and wait.
In my first playthrough, I think this is about the time where I got a very strong feeling of dread. Sam, I'll always remember what we had. Stay strong, kick ass, I love you, Lonnie.
Oh my god. Katie, I fell asleep in the attic, in Lonnie and my old spot, and I missed the first 2 calls. I just barely caught the 3rd one before the machine got it. And it was Lonnie, on a payphone. She'd been on the bus to Basic, and she said she couldn't think of anything but me and us, and that she couldn't go through with it, with the army and being apart and all of it. And so she got off the bus in Salem. She said, "Sam, I want you to pack up everything you can and get in your car and come find me. And let's just drive until we find somewhere for us." And she asked me if I could do that. And I said yes. Yes. Katie, I'm so sorry that I can't be there to see you in person, that I can't tell you all this myself. But I hope as you read this journal and you think back, that you'll understand why I had to do what I did. And that you won't be sad, and you won't hate me, and you'll just know that I am where I need to be. I love you so much, Katie. I'll see you again, someday. Love, Sam.
Steve Gaynor, Fulbright Company, thank you all very much. This is a great game. Playing through it the second time. Just as much fun as the first time. A little less fear-inducing at the end. And Chris Remo, yes, thank you for the wonderful music as well. Hopefully this will not get taken down. Sorry. Alright, so we're going to exit out of here and pull up. We are going to go with my next game is Home.